Hi, greetings and salutations. Look what showed up at my door last night. Man, I wasn't expecting this till next week. But I opened the front door and I promptly stubbed my big toe on this big ass box that was right in front of the door. And I went, ooh. This is an X-Bull brand, 13,000 pound winch with synthetic rope. But Rick, why didn't you just buy a Warren or a Ramsey? You know, I looked at a Warren and they wanted $650 for a 10,000 pound winch. 13,000 pound winch is a little bit, maybe a little bit excessive for a Jeep XJ, but it was $300. Let me get a knife and we'll open this thing up. See what's inside the box. Now, this is not the cheapest offering on Amazon. And let me tell you, there's a ton of brands on the internet. I want to say the cheapest one I found was made by, well, who knows by who it's made by, but the brand name I think was Vetter. I think it's called Vetter. Ah, so close. $269. This particular one was a caramel macchiato venti, more than $300. So what do we got here in the first bag? Maybe I shouldn't have thrown that knife so quickly. Oh, we got a wired remote. That's very nice. In out. We'll set that over here. Oh, instructions. We don't need those where we're going. A forged 3/8 hook with a safety catch. What do we got here? Ooh, some hardware. Looks like a cable. Electrical cable of the black variety. Packaged nicely. All right. We have the control box. With a wireless remote. That's nice. I didn't skimp on the zip ties, I'll tell you. Look at that. Uh-oh. Here's the control box. This is where you would plug in your wired remote. Yeah. Oh, look at this. A cast aluminum. Oh, would this be considered a fair lead? No, coincidentally. For those of you who don't know, use this type for synthetic ropes and use the roller fair leads for the cabled ones. And it seems that you know, in my search for a competent winch, I discovered that if you go with cabled winches, they seem to be a little less expensive for some reason. Oh Lord, this thing looks heavy. And it is! God, this thing's gotta weigh 60 pounds. It's orange. Free spool. That feels nice. Some little electrical connectors. Ooh, That feels like aluminum, that end cap. Oh no, I gotta say, the build quality doesn't look half bad. What do I know? I'm just a stupid carpenter. There's probably 5 or 6 different companies that have this winch. It looks exactly the same. The control box looks the same. The only difference is the stickers. So I'd imagine that most of these import winches are being made under the same roof and being sold to a multitude of importers that are marketing them under different names. I'm 57 years old. I've never needed a winch, and I probably will never need a winch. It's one of those things that you like to have and never need than to need and not have. And there is one thing that I want to use my winch for. Let me show you. I'll pull that out and that out. And these and that. And I don't want to drive on my grass. Park the truck up on the curb there and use the winch and pull it out. Would you look at that? Boy, she sticks out like a dick in a Disney movie, let me tell you why. This license plate mount was on the original, was on my stock bumper, and I just bolted this thing. What the hell is that? Nasty. I used a couple quarter 20 bolts, drilled holes, and bolted this to the bottom of the bumper. If I ever need to use the winch, I just pull a couple of bolts and take the license plate off. But in the state of Texas, you got to have your license plate on the front bumper. I see people put it up on a dash, but I don't want that on my dash. Boy, that thing reeks. Good Lord. The phone overheated, so it stopped recording that time lapse. But I have to stop. I can't finish hooking it up. So I'm at a standstill. So I gotta go back on the internet. This is the story of my life. I live out in the middle of nowhere and buy stuff online. It takes forever to get here. Unless you're not expecting it, then it's here the next day. Redo the ends there to hook them up, and we'll come back and revisit this at that point in time. All right, for you it'll just be a second. For me, it's probably gonna be a week. See you then. Hey. So a few days have transpired, and I got the parts that I was waiting on. And the parts I was waiting on were to serve a purpose, and that was to isolate the winch from the battery. I don't want to hook this thing up and have, you know, this 2-gauge wire that runs to the winch energized 100% of the time when I don't need this. I want to be able to turn the winch off close to the battery to reduce the chance of a short circuit in burning down my truck. You know, it is a shit box, but it's my shit box and I like it. So there's a couple ways you could do this. You could use a manual battery disconnect like this. This one happens to be woefully inadequate for the application. I was reading through the instruction manual. I know, hard to believe, isn't it? But I was reading through the instructions for the winch, and it gives the specifications and the amp draw at different weights. That winch at 13,000 pounds draws 415 amps. I hope I never have to use all 13,000 pounds of capability of this winch, but if I were to, this would probably be more of a fusible link than a battery disconnect. And here's the other issue that I'm dealing with. You know, where the hell do I put it? You know, I'd like to put it somewhere in here, you know, and I did find what this, I don't even know what this thing is rated at. This is probably one of the cheaper battery disconnects you could find. I don't even know where I got this. I've had it for a while. But I did find a 500 amp rated disconnect switch. I believe it was on Amazon. I don't remember now. It was probably on Amazon. If it was, I'll put a link to it down there if you wanted to use that. And that one, like I said, is rated for 500 amps continuous. I'm going to use what I feel is a better method. And I'm going to use a switch connected to a continuous duty relay. But I think I can mount this right down there on the fender well. So last night I came out here and started, you know, ripping my dash apart to figure out where I'm going to put the switch. And I determined that I'm going to put it right here. And here's the switch. Winch power. This is wired up to the front. So this is the wire that comes from that switch that will feed to the relay and energize the relay. And that will allow me to operate the winch when I need it. You just flip the switch, click, and it'll energize that relay, which will power the winch. And when I'm done using it, I can just flip the switch, turn it off. I don't have to worry about short-circuiting the 2-gauge wire that feeds the winch. All right, that's where I decided to put it. And you know, probably get some loom, abrasion loom, and cover this up eventually. I hope I have enough to get this connected to the battery. I probably don't. But let's see if I hook this up right. I'm gonna put the battery back in. Here's the battery. Just there. All right, let me hook this up. Get the battery hold down back in. Hook the battery up, and we'll test this solenoid, see if it works. All right, everything's hooked up. Nothing's burning yet. Let's hit the switch and see if we hear the relay click. Let's see if I can make the winch work. Let's see, it's 3 o'clock now. If I wait a few hours, the sun will be down a little bit more and I'll be able to do this without having to sweat my tush off. Besides, it's leg day and I need to go down to the gym and get my sweat on. Only thing I got left now is to put my dash back together, install that little switch. Where's the little, I'll show you where I'm going to put it. So this is where I'm going to put that switch. I'm going to put it right here. I can do that in the shade. Get my oscillating tool out, see if it's charged up, and cut that switch in. What do I do with my oscillating tool? It's probably in that box there. Shit. So there's my winch switch tucked out of the way underneath the phone holder. And the way I have this hooked up, you pull the headlight switch on and the winch power light illuminates. That tells me there's power to the switch. And then when I turn the switch on, the winch symbol illuminates. So now the winch is energized, and like I said, it only happens when the headlights are on. I'm not sure if I like that, other than there's kind of a double safety, right? So as long as the headlights are off, there's no power going to that switch. I need to get a few more things to complete the recovery ensemble. A couple more D-rings and a couple soft shackles, a snatch block, and a recovery rope. And maybe a strap. I got some straps I could use for tree savers, and having that stuff put in, a bag or a container that keeps that at the ready. Check the links in the description for all that stuff as well. I'm not going to do a full test on this winch yet. Look for that in the future, but in the meantime, this part of the project is done. On to other things. If you haven't done so yet, consider clicking the subscribe button, and if you do that, click the little bell icon. According to my analytics, about probably 7 out of 10 of you are not subscribers. So it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's absolutely free. Free 99. It's free 99. Even I can afford that. And if you don't mind, if you would consider it a favor, if you'd go ahead and comment in the comment section, click like and share this video with your vast social media network. That'll get the algorithm working in Rick's favor. Appreciate that. Go ahead, I'll wait. Did you do it? Awesome. You're awesome. If you shop on Amazon, consider the links in the description. And even if you're not interested in any of the stuff down there, you can click on any of those links and do all the Amazon shopping you're going to do anyway. And then the channel can earn a little bit of a commission off that stuff. It's just pennies, but every penny counts. Thank you in advance for doing that. And until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep powder dry, and have a splendid day. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.